Everybody, it is the Odds Couple, our Super Bowl edition. We didn't do one for the Pro Bowl because the Pro Bowl sucks now.
I didn't even watch it.
Same. I was like, flag football, and it's weird. They have all these weird, like, competitions that it's, to me, I think they should have left it after the Super Bowl or do it like as a preseason game. That way it kind of matters for the season previous. That way, you know, you can still get somewhat of play, and then it can be, you know, the amount of time like a normal preseason game for your starters. But that should be the Hall of Fame game. So they should make that the All-Star game from the previous season.
I agree.
I like that idea.
Although sometimes I like the individual competition games. Those are kind of fun sometimes.
Why?
So.
They should still have those. But what I'm saying is you can't have a break in the middle of the season like you can with baseball and basketball because football is so violent. You just can't do that, you know?
Well, and then the fact the league wants to continue to add more games to the schedule.
Yeah.
Even
make it
games.
a preseason game, the Hall of Fame game. That way your starters get to play. That way it's not a specific team in the Hall of Fame game, and people will have a reason to watch. Because preseason, you know, you don't tune in as much either. But if you put it as the Hall of Fame game, you know, made it a big deal. You know, the only time it might be an issue is like if someone's retiring, but you know, for the most part,
I don't know, it could be too that just an injury, right? That's
but
what
you know what, you have just the injury in a normal game.
I know, but look at the world. Did you watch any of the World Baseball games like a couple year or two ago? Like they have, like that's a big deal. Like when they do like this national world games, and like 2 or 3 key players got freaking injured. Like Jose Altuve like, blew out his arm or his ankle. Or, you know what I mean? It was just like.
And don't make it a game. But my point is, you did it a preseason game because all the starters don't play for a full quarter anyways, just like a preseason game. That's why you have them starting in the different points. You have then the people who were in the Super Bowl that were most likely going to be selected for the Pro Bowl have an opportunity to play too, you know, and either make them have more money, and whoever wins, you know, that X amount of dollars gets matched to charity. It's not like the NFL can't afford that, you know?
Yeah, no, that's fair. That is true. That is true.
You know, and still play the players, you know, like a bonus for getting there. So, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's interesting because hockey is just as freaking violent, I think, as the NFL is sometimes. However, they can take a break in the middle of the season anyway, so I don't know.
Yeah, and they also take breaks in the middle of the game. You have 20-minute breaks each period. They get 2 20-minute breaks. You don't get that out of the game. I mean, basketball, I think basketball, they should shorten the season as well because so vanilla at the beginning. And I think they're right with the 3 points, even though it's great to watch a close game when you have, you know, the shooting at the end. But when you have the other stuff, you can't have, you know, the dunking to me is much more exciting. The defense is much more exciting when they're going for 50-50 balls, not just because it irritates me when it's a low percentage shot. Like if a team is shooting, put up 33s and only hit 3, I'm like, stop it. Just go to the freaking basket.
What happened to fundamental basketball? Yeah. I always like, what are we coaching here? How many 3-pointers can we shoot? Because you're like shooting 31%.
Right. All right. Well, let's get back on track with football. So, Mr. Nelson.
I know. You know. Yeah, I'm just going to throw the hot potato right out there. I'm going to take the Chiefs. So I got a bunch of prop bets to go with it. I'll just throw the big dog out there now. I'm taking Chiefs money line, and I just keep sticking to it. People that can keep saying like, the Chiefs are going to lose. The Chiefs aren't as good as they are. Blah, 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 blah. They can just keep winning, like, period. So until they don't win, I don't know how anybody in the world, I mean, they're going to lose at some point. Let's be real. But if I continue to take a money line on them, I'm a lot richer after 3 years of taking the money line on them than I would be if I took the other team. Let's just put it that way.
true. My thing is, it's going to be the Eagles against a team plus the refs. And it's not just
no animosity there whatsoever. None.
But I think if everyone jumped on Kansas City Chiefs money line, like everyone, then Vegas and the sports bookies are going to have to tell the NFL, look, you got to take one for the team, and these refs are going to have to call a clean game. And if they end up winning, they win, then fine. But if not, then you cannot, because they insert themselves in the game, which Terrell Owens made a very good point. They insert themselves in the game, which takes away the momentum. It did the same thing with Buffalo. Buffalo was ahead. They had a first down, in my eyes, on that third down and on that fourth down when they were ahead. And had they gotten that, there's a very good chance they would have scored a field goal at minimum, or a touchdown, because at that point, Jared Allen was unstoppable. So they took the momentum from Buffalo and gave it to Kansas City. That's the problem, because momentum is a big thing in these competitions. So
I agree.
I am going to go Eagles, though, because I have nothing hatred for the Kansas.
So why don't we just take a little inside bet between the two of us?
Not doing an inside
take the
bet.
Eagles money line. Why?
No.
You got to tell the audience you're going to take the Eagles. Put something behind it. Let's bet it.
Well, I'm not betting you. I'll go bet the sports book. I'm not doing that. So, because I don't want to jinx the Eagles.
So you won't jinx them.
Because I need Saquon and Jalen Hurts to be Iron Man and Captain America. Or Captain America and Thor, and take down Thanos.
Well, probably good that you don't bet me, because I think I'm like 3-0 or something like that. So you're right. You might end up jinxing the Eagles if you bet me.
Yeah. Now the over-under. What is the point total? It's like 48.
Yeah, it was too high for me to want to play with. So they were saying a lot of the games are 24-23. It's kind of been the historical scores of the games in general, right? Like averaging it out. So that's about 47. Over under was 48.5. So I just, I personally stayed away from it. But you know how these things go.
Yeah, I'm not.
I hate taking the unders. So, and that was where I would lean. But man, Super Bowl.
Yeah, I don't want to stretch that much. I want the refs to stay out of the game. I think if there is a wager I could do that, is there going to be a phantom 15-yard penalty call?
There'd be a controversial call. Yes. Will it go the Chiefs' way? Yes. It would probably be a bet of minus 10,000, so you'd probably win a penny for $1 bet.
Yeah, I don't like any of the crazy prop bets, like the coin toss and that, because the coin toss, like somebody's saying that tails has won 5 of the last 8 times, and so they think heads it's due. I'm like, that's the dumbest thing. It's 50-50. It doesn't matter.
Well, I think there's an interesting one where it's in the last play of the game. Will it be a kneel down or not? And a kneel down was like minus 200 or minus 250. So not a great odds bet, but it's not bad either. So because they were saying Mahomes' last couple games, they've had the lead towards the end, right? They come from behind and they've gotten the ball and kneeled on it. So one person that I watched
overtime, so that didn't. But
yeah, he still probably kneeled on it to end the game. But well, I guess not if it went to overtime in this regard.
So. Yeah, because it was just done when they scored. It's disgusting. But anyway.
Well, I'm going with Kelsey over 6.5 receptions. Travis Kelsey over 6.5 receptions. That is a plus 126, so that's pretty good odds in my opinion. So I'm looking for 7 reception by Kelsey, because that's where Mahomes looks when Mahomes pretty good though about spreading the ball, right? I mean, he throws to 92 different receivers on his team in the game, but Kelsey's his guy when he's looking for first downs and touchdowns. So Kelsey over 7, 6.5.
Kelsey, the last game against the Bills, had 2 receptions for 19 yards. I don't think he's the same player, and I don't usually root for people to get injured. But I think I'm choosing violence this game, and I would like to see 2 players on the Chiefs to get injured, and you guys can make a wager on what you think those 2 players are.
In case the Homeland Security or anybody's watching this video, I don't condone violence, so I have Christina's address if you need to look her up.
Yeah, I am not. I'm over the Chiefs. Like I am. Like they're not even likable people to root for. Except for Andy Reid. That's the crazy thing. Is I love Andy Reid. I don't like the coach for the Eagles. Although,
Sirianni.
If I were the Eagles coach, I watched Remember the Titans today, and that one where they were cheating. They were cheating for the other team because obviously the whole storyline was, desegregation in the South. And this football team was one of the first ones to experience it. And in case you haven't watched the movie, and the game before they went to the state championship was this particular, they were calling the game against the black coach. So at halftime, the assistant coach, who happened to be a white guy, was in with these refs, and they said if he kept his mouth shut, he would get the head coaching job, he would get the Hall of Fame. But he went out and he told the ref, you either call the game fair or I'm going to go to the papers and tell them exactly what you're doing. And his speech to the defense at that point, he goes, I don't want them to get another yard. That is the type of intensity that needs to be told to the Eagles. You do not let them get a yard. Do not let them get a score. You take every player out. When you hit them, they don't get back up. That's what needs to be told. And take a page out of Jimmy Johnson, where you do not leave it in the hands of the refs. You beat them so badly that they insert him in the game. And that's what the Eagles are going to have to do to beat both the refs and the Chiefs. They're going to have to beat them so badly. And I think they might have the defense to do it, for the refs not to have an impact on the game.
Yeah, no, they definitely have a good defense, for sure. Again, I just find Mahomes is just crafty. He continues to
crafty when he gets 15-yard penalties. That there's every game he gets a call in his favor.
I don't disagree with that. I just say he's crafty in that he can throw the ball left-handed, right-handed, underhand. He scrambles and extends the plays.
I'm not disagreeing that he is not good, but he is assisted, and he doesn't need to be assisted.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, I wasn't. So, the path I'm going down is
my mentality as a defense. If I were a defensive player for the Eagles, this is the last game of the season. It's due. I would hurt him. Every hit would be, I'm going to break his ribs.
You gotta hit. Oh, I agree. You gotta hit hard. There's no doubt about it.
I'm going to break his ribs or his ankle, and he is not coming back in the game. He is not getting up. Like, that would be my mentality. I'm going to get penalties anyways.
Yeah.
He ain't coming back into play.
I mean, you might earn an ejection too, but that could be a problem.
You know what? If he can't play no more, I think we got a better shot.
An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth.
Yeah, this is where the Old Testament comes to play.
I never knew you had such violence, Christina. Such violence.
I grew up liking the defense more than the offense, always. So, you know for a long time, Troy Polamalu was my favorite player. And then Lewis, the hits, everything. Now it's kind of dumbed down. But, players like Myles Garrett, who wants to trade from Cleveland, which I don't blame him. Players like him, I just have the utmost respect for, because they are just, it's control.
Even when he takes his helmet off and clubs a guy in the head without a helmet on.
But he doesn't do it off the field. It's controlled rage. Troy Polamalu is the epitome of controlled rage.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. Yeah. I think if you do it inside the confines of the game and you do it legally, quote unquote, a penalty is still legal, right? I mean, I think a hard hit is, especially in today's NFL where everything seems to be an aggressive hit, it's going to draw a foul. Yeah, it's just going to draw a foul. And Like it, don't like it.
But my prop bet that I'm going to do is going to be Saquon Barkley plus 2 touchdowns. So I think they're going to have to, for the Eagles also to win, they're going to have to ride on him. He's going to have to, I don't think they're going to be able to stop him completely. Because it's almost like Baltimore where you have the 1-2 punch in Jalen and him. So, and Saquon is little, fast, and strong, and the Eagles do the tush push better than anyone else. That at least goes 2 to 3 yards a push. Or brotherly shove or whatever they call it. But yeah.
Well, I like that. I think that's a go. And Barkley's he's a beast and he's hard to stop. And I don't know that Kansas City has an answer for him. So that actually kind of leads into my bet. I'm going to do a parlay where it's going to be similar to yours a little bit, but I'm just going to do an anytime touchdown for Barkley, which that's minus 195. So it doesn't pay that great. But if I parlay that together with 20 plus rushing attempts, so I'm doing a 2-team parlay.
20 plus rushing attempts. For him or for
him?
Okay.
Just for him. Yep. 20 plus for him with a touchdown. So if they'll feed him the ball 20 plus times and get him a touchdown, that'll pay out.
I did look to see if there was going to be, I'm sure there'll be something because it's the Eagles, if there's going to be a touchdown scored on the brotherly shove or the tush push or whatever you want to call it. Quarterback sneak is what it really is.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm sure there is.
If there is a prop bet on that, I would do that. Just because it's
sure there is.
To do that at some point.
Or just take Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown.
That too. But you got to make it interesting. Like you can the future.
Like your talk earlier about what color's a Gatorade going to be.
Well, they were because the people are saying purple. Because the Chiefs, when they won the last 2 times, it's been purple. Because apparently that's the Gatorade of choice. I like the Glacier Cherry. So if it were me, I would say that. But I'm not playing football, so you got to figure out what the players drink on the sideline. Whether it's green, orange, cloudy, which is the Glacier Cherry. Or purple, I guess, is grape or white, right? And red is.
I like the purple and the orange. I'm good with those.
Yeah, I just like the coin toss, you don't know, and they're saying, well, one side is heavier than the other. I'm like, well, it's not a normal coin, so it's a gigantic coin that they especially make for this one. And
how big are the fingers of the referee that's going to flip it? It's going to do 100 spins or 3 spins.
But
what is your number?
I'm hoping for a good game.
I think it will be. Honestly, I do think it'll be a good game. So, I think you're number 3.
An anytime touchdown for AJ Brown.
Okay, cool. I like that. Along those lines,
I'm going to take a couple receptions in order to beat Kansas City.
That's where I'm going with it. I'm taking the AJ Brown over 69.5 yards. So that's a minus 115. So that's not too bad of a payout. So I think you're right. I think they're going to have to feed him a little bit because I don't think if he doesn't get some yards, granted, Saquon's going to run the shit out of the ball, but I still think if you look at it, Brown has got to get us his touches too in order for them to beat Kansas City.
All right, where are you watching the game at?
I don't know. I'm probably at the house, but I might do a little look up online and see if there's some cool little bars to go watch the game at. Haven't decided yet.
You're gonna have to pay.
There's probably some good local. The weather's so nice, as you know, here, just like Vegas. Like I'd love to sit outdoors. I don't think here. I think I could find some that you know. Yeah, but there'll definitely be some you'll have to. But some of the
I know anywhere on the strip or downtown, the cheapest I'm seeing is $300.
That's Vegas. You pay for everything in Vegas. Everything in Vegas you pay for. There's nothing free in Vegas.
Well, because my daughter works at a restaurant inside Planet Hollywood. And they're like, we're not taking reservations. She's like, people are calling for reservations. They're like, nope, you first serve, $300 per person. And they're freaking out. Like, but people come here and pay it.
You know what? That's why when I come for March Madness, I get an Airbnb and I sit in the Airbnb. I'm not saying it makes sense, but I'm not paying Vegas prices because then you got to pay like $500 for a day to watch the game. I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
Well, you can eat and drink, but I'm sure it's it's like beer and it's not any type of alcohol.
I just remember back in the day, everything was free because they just wanted your business and spend it on gambling. Now they've tripled their values.
Now it's on gambling and everything else.
Yeah, I know. Now they're really making it, and people are willing to pay it, like you said.
Yeah, because people would come here and they would take advantage, and they're like, "Oh, how can we do it?" So we got to pay for parking, we got to pay for this, we got to pay for that. And I'm like, it used to be really not too expensive. I mean, we didn't go to this anyways because it was way too crowded and too touristy. Like any place, you're not going to go to the tourist place, but yeah. It's now it's even more of a deterrent for locals to not go down there. So
I'm sure.
Park? Like what? Grew up here, you pay for parking.
Because you don't get that much preferential anyways. You get treated just like any other guest probably. You gotta still pay to park. You still gotta pay to get in the
I think if you're a local though, you have an hour of free parking. As long as you get it under that hour, then it's free. If not, it's $15 and then it's $30. It automatically jumps up to the $30.
Got it.
Wow.
Yeah. Who's going to go in and watch a game for an hour? Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, some of
number
the
four. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I was going to say the local casinos. That's it. But yeah. Wow. I don't have any more picks.
Okay. I have one more. Let's see. It was going to be. It's gonna actually. I think this is a fun one. It's a plus 900, so $10 will give you $90.
Okay.
The game goes into overtime.
Oh, that's a good one. It did last year. I honestly think in order for Philly to win, they're gonna have to kill him. I'm praying for violence.
It'll be a good game. I think it'll be a good game because, again, it's just like anything else. You can't, unless they're down 45-0 in the second half of the fourth quarter, they're pretty much in trouble. But even down 20 points.
Oh, yeah.
In the fourth quarter, Kansas City, that's why I think it's going to be a good game. They're a team that's never out of it, right? Unless it's
it helps when you have the refs, playing for you too, and just inserting yourself in the game. But,
can anybody tell she's fixated on that? I didn't know.
It's not just me. It's pretty much everyone. You've got Troy Aikman who kind of called it out during the Texan game. You have Terrell Owens now saying, I've never seen anything like this. Even Tom Brady didn't get these kind of calls. So, it is what it is. And then you get Patrick Mahomes and Kelsey now belly aching about it. It's like, dude, if you're blind that you don't know that you're getting calls that aren't calls and admitting it, just, say, and just go move on with life. Just, that's part of the game sometimes, but not every freaking game.
You know what? Here's what will make the entire Super Bowl for me. When one of those questionable calls happens and the Chiefs win, I can't wait to the next episode that we shoot because you're going to. I may have to confine and restrain you. You may actually drive to somebody's house and induce physical harm.
I am not that violent, but yes, I am advocating for the Eagles to choose violence on defense and to beat them early. Do what Jimmy Johnson has always told his Hurricane teams was, you never leave it into the hands of the officials. You beat them so badly so they can't even insert them into the game. No question you beat them.
I agree. It's one of those, you should never have to, worry about the referees making calls. However, you also, like you said, you don't ever take that into,
Right, and they're a good team.
Don't make that be the case.
Right, but they don't also need the assist, and they've been getting it all season long.
Yeah.
Last season, the season before, it's like, I don't understand why Mahomes all of a sudden has been dubbed the new football Jesus. He's got bad hair. He's fat.
He's about to win 3 Super Bowls.
He's not my friend. But we are running out of time.
I'm pretty sure Josh Allen would trade places with Mahomes right now, at least as far as the number of Super Bowls won. I'm just going to put it that way.
we're running out of time, so we gotta
Wrap it up.
wrap it up. But we'll see you guys for the Super Bowl. Find out.
Enjoy the Super Bowl. It's always the biggest, best game of the year. So here we go.
Yeah.
Be safe. Don't drink and drive.